Just got in the cannon wheels. These are 44 inches. I just got to take them out of the package and see what we got. We're waiting on the axles yet, and then of course we got to start making all the metal parts, and that's gonna be a lot of fun. But I wanted to get these first before I start doing anything. Took me a while to get them, but they're supposed to be good, and they're supposed to last for decades. We're gonna have to coat them up with something to protect them, and we'll have to keep them inside this thing. They're 44 inches. I think the standard mountain Howitzer wheels for the Confederates used were 38 inches, and they also had the prairie wheels, which are 42. So I went 2 inches bigger in diameter, which is like a height, which means the cannon will be 1 inch higher. Well, you know, I'm not doing this the exact spec, but I figured it'll roll a little easier, more heavy duty. So we're gonna take these apart, see what the hell we got in here. We'll take the packaging off, that is. Well, there they are. So finally came in. Yeah, they're a little bit bigger than the average mountain howitzer wheel, but so what? Confederates don't freaking go to standard, especially not current day Confederates. There's also, now this took a little longer because the guy up there in Ohio makes these. He's originally from Oklahoma. His family learned how to do this. They had to get flooded out. I'm still waiting on the axle though. So whenever that comes in, hopefully it'll be here tomorrow. Actually, if he doesn't show up tomorrow, the axles don't show up Friday, I'm going to email. So they could show up Saturday, but I won't be here Saturday because I'll be doing the filming on the Ocklawaha River raid. Now the reason I'm doing it this way, these were supposed to come in September 23rd, but he had a flood out and up there in Ohio, which I verified actually. But they look like they're strong and high quality. We're just going to have to get these coated up with something and make sure they don't rust, keep them inside, keep them off the ground, keep them away from termites, and all this kind of wonderful stuff. Might get another order of these out for Marion Light Artillery. They actually have a cannon. Everything's on it is good except for the wood. And I'd imagine the main wood parts that are bad are probably the wheels and the axle, or probably the wheels. So maybe this guy can build some. His prices are very reasonable. I've seen these prices for these cannons all over the freaking place. They're like, buyer beware. They want like $400 for just the trunnion plate, which is it's like a piece of metal. It goes like this and around, like maybe a plate that's about from here to here. It's like a piece of wood. Then there's a strap like about this thick that goes around it. Just not even the whole thing, not even like it's part of it, right? It's not even the trunnion caps. They want $400 each for those. If somebody in China was making those and there was a demand for them here in the United States, they could probably make them for $38.50. This is how ludicrous some of these parts are, and this is why I'm doing it this way. I want to be able to put this together for like under $3,000 with the barrel. It won't be exactly correct. But who cares? Who cares? The other thing is, if I learn how to do this, we can do the woodwork on the Marion Light Artillery cannon, get that one up and running. And, I'd rather have, 20 of these for $3,000 than one $60,000 cannon that's exactly period correct all the way or something. The cheapest the prices are all over the place on these freaking cannon things. I've seen them on arms list for $5,500, like a 6-pounder, which is much bigger than the mountain howitzer, and complete, the whole thing, the ramrod, the worm, whatever it is, everything, the whole 9 yards, right? And you see them, then you see them other places for like 3, 4, or 5 times as much money, and you don't even know what the hell you're getting. That's another thing. Typically, a mountain howitzer of good quality, put together by skilled craftsmen, probably run you $15,000 or so when you're all said and done. I mean, the barrels could run you freaking $7,000, $8,000 if you're getting a bronze one. I'm going to get one from Hearn Iron Works, but this is going to be a project that's going to take a while. So once you get the axles in, I got to go get some whatever the hell it is to coat these wheels with. I might have something down here right now. I got some flood stain. The semi-transparent, not like that stuff back there. This is like the coffee colored on the fence. I won't color them that. It's like a brown. It's semi-transparent. and maybe I'll just do it with that stuff. I got a whole bunch of that stuff. It's actually very high quality. You know, if you keep the stuff, if you keep wood out of the rain and out of the sunlight, it freaking lasts forever. The thing is, don't leave it outside. What I might do eventually, though, if I put this whole cannon together by next year sometime, I'll have it out in the front yard with a light on it in a little house, like a lean-to thing, up off the ground, with my Confederate flags and all that kind of stuff. Show them, anyway. There you go. It's Mama Cat on the right, and that's her son on the left. They look like twins. She was actually his mama. She was giving birth to that little, he was a little squirt. He was like the size of a gerbil. About, actually today is Halloween, isn't it? October 31st. So we got two black cats out here. Meow, 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 meow. Freaking gooner, crazy goony birds. So, anyway. Should be, I'm waiting on the axles, but I guess they're a separate shipment. I didn't even know this was coming tonight. I says, holy smokes, I see the FedEx truck pulling up in the driveway. And there's another sort of set of lights back there. That might be Boots. There's one light. It says he's got one eye that works right. Daddy Boots, the Confederate cat. So the FedEx truck come up and it says, pulling the driveway, and it says, oh, that's a large load. But he didn't have the axle yet, so, you know, I'm not in a rush to put this together exactly, but you know, it's been a while since I've ordered it, so and yeah, I got some money. It's like, I'm not stupid. I'm just trying to do this as low cost as possible, and then if I show how to do it as low cost as possible, other people can do it as low cost as possible. That's the way you do things. That's how you keep your money. So yeah, and there's no, all these videos will be up on Bitchute, so hopefully they'll survive, because I don't know what's going on with YouTube and Google, supremacist Google, quantum Google, whatever the hell they got them out there. Yeah, I just took all the cardboard off of this thing. And I'm working on the little 4x4 here. We'll probably have a video on that. Adjusting the fuel pressure. And also going to be adjusting the flow. But I adjusted fuel pressure down on that thing, and it turned out it kept the floating away, which means the float has probably got out of whack or something, float adjustment. So we'll fix that. But that's how you do things in real America. You stay independent. Hagaco Gasoline, Hazard County, Cooter's Garage, Dixie Motor Oil, right? Got them right here. Hazard County, Redneck Parking Only, Reelect Posco Coal Train. Warning, don't tread on me, Harley Davidson. And around this side, we have the Sons of Confederate Veterans flag. An SCV Camp 741 enlist. So, I don't sit back and play golf in the villages. I'm a freaking fighter. Confederate active duty. I'm not a son of a Confederate veteran. I am a Confederate active duty. So, what does that mean? I don't know. Just messing around. Why not have fun, right? Now, the guy up on the Slingshot channel, the German guy, George Sprav, he needs to make a slingshot for, like, you get these cannon wheels, and you get the boom and the axle, you know, and you made up, and you can put a big slingshot on this thing in case you don't want to use fire black powder and cannonball and stuff. You can use a big slingshot with this too. So possibly I should need to suggest that to him, and could make some, you know, maybe he could suggest to me how to make a slingshot with this thing too. I mean, it could make like a Roman catapult launcher or something. And actually, this cannon, I'm not sure in the Revolutionary War what the hell they used. I mean, there was no breech loading cannons in either. Maybe there was one, so maybe there was a breech loading cannon somewhere in a war between the states. I'm not sure, but generally speaking, they're muzzle loading. They're loaded from the front, right? So, you know, if I make something that's not exactly period correct for 1861, 1865, maybe it'll suffice for 1776 too. So maybe this cannon could be used for both the Sons of the American Revolution, which I consider myself American Revolution active duty, or and the sons of the Confederate veterans, which I consider myself a Confederate active duty. So, maybe it could suffice for both, because it's not going to be GQ period correct. I don't do anything like that. It's not because I disrespect my ancestors, but I tell you what, my ancestors would have done anything that worked the cheapest way, which is the way I'm doing it. That's the way my ancestors do things. There he is. That was Boots, see? He's got the one eye that reflects. I don't know if that's ever going to heal up, but Carbon C60, buddy. Otherwise, he's very healthy. He's looking good.